Jerry, the entire American Bar Association community is grateful for everything you've done over the years and continue to do to pursue justice as exemplified by the honor you've richly earned with the Drinan Award. Father Drinan was a model of wisdom, caring for others, commitment to human and civil rights, leadership, and grace. It is our pleasure to place you in the pantheon of outstanding service-oriented lawyers who are recipients of the Drinan Award. You have made a positive difference, Jerry, and we will always be grateful for you.
Jerry, as you receive the Drinan Award, recognizing your lifetime of work on behalf of civil rights and social justice, you have secured meaningful progress for American Indians and for Native Alaskans, as well as for members of our LGBTQ community. The Drinan Award is significant not only because of its namesake, but because of the extraordinary lawyers who have received it over the years, a group whom today you join. On behalf of the entire ABA family, please accept my heartfelt congratulations.
Jerry, congratulations on receiving the 2022 Father Drinan Award. You have been steadfast in your commitment to advancing and protecting human rights and civil liberties, and your work for the Tribal Law Policy Institute is a fitting and lasting legacy. We are so very proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jerry.
Congratulations, Jerry. We love working with you.
We appreciate your energy on all of our meetings. Your advocacy work has been and continues to be an inspiration for so many around the ABA.
Thank you for all that you do.
Hey, Jerry. I was so pleased to learn that you were selected to receive this year's Father Drinan Award. You are such a worthy recipient, and it has always been a pleasure to work alongside you, most especially last year, as you flawlessly carried out your role as CRSJ Special Counsel. You have been critically important in helping to achieve and restore the rights and advantages that belong to the Native American community and other historically disadvantaged communities. I can count on your humor, which always seems to appear exactly when we need it to, during those moments when we're grappling with the often very heavy civil rights issues of the day. You should never underestimate the significant impact that your voice, your presence, your positive energy, and your light has consistently brought to the table. I hope that receiving this award today highlights for you how grateful we are for all the work and all the advocacy you do around these issues. You bring light to the table, Jerry. Congratulations on being the first Native American to receive the Civil Rights and Social Justice Father Drinan Award.
Jerry, congratulations on being selected as the 2022 Father Drinan awardee. I can think of no better person than you to receive this award. Your work on behalf of the Indigenous people and Native Americans is admirable, and your work represents everything that Father Drinan stood for. Welcome to the Father Drinan family. I know he would be proud of your work, as am I. Thanks for all you do on behalf of Native American and Indigenous people, as well as for the section of Civil Rights and Social Justice. Congratulations, my friend.
Hi, Jerry. Ben Saldana here from the National Judicial College. We want to congratulate you on a well-deserved recognition. I knew that from the first moment I met you, you were going to get the Drinan Award. Thank you for all your work in making the world a more just place, not only for Native communities around the country, but also for standing up for what is right every day. So thank you and congratulations.
Hi, Jerry. Just a few words to tell you how extremely pleased I was to see that you are receiving the very prestigious Father Drinan Award. It is just eminently well-deserved, and I only wish that we could all be there in person to fetch you. Congratulations again.
Jerry, congratulations on earning the 2022 Father Drinan Award. Your service to the ABA, particularly the Native American Concerns Committee, but also including your service in the ABA House of Delegates, demonstrates your incredible dedication and commitment to the law profession and to Indian country generally. I've had the pleasure of serving with you over a smaller period of years than over your entire lengthy service as co-chair of the section on Civil Rights and Social Justice Native Americans Concerns Committee. And I can say that you have provided incredible insight and been a very positive contributor to that committee. And without you, the committee really would not have done many of the more significant things that it has done over the years. And so you are really a key part of that committee and have been for many years, even before I started becoming involved, and I very much appreciate that. I'm delighted that you were selected to receive this award. Although we're not able to celebrate together in person, I'm delighted to be able to virtually share with you in this moment. Take care and enjoy the award.
Jerry, congratulations on receiving the Father Drinan Award. Not only is your impact in Indian country significant, you have touched so many lives with your leadership at the Tribal Law and Policy Institute, including mine. Back in 2018, at the Office of Victims of Crime Indian Nations Conference, we had a panel of many incredible Native women, and something that Valerie Davidson said on that panel made me pause and write it down and save it for the day that I could share it with you. She said, "When you lead with love, others will follow." Thank you, Jerry, for leading the work that you do at the Tribal Law and Policy Institute, always with your heart. And again, congratulations on this very well-deserved award.
You know, when I started working in tribal courts in 1989, you were already well established in providing training for tribal judges. Your work then and your work now continues to be fundamental for the enhancement and development of tribal justice systems as an exercise of tribal sovereignty. Congratulations on your award, and keep up the good work.
What do you say to someone who inspires you? Someone who knows that you can be serious about something but not solemn? What do you say to someone who knows to bring the light but not the glare? You say thank you. So thank you, Jerry. Thank you for all that you have done and all that you will do. And I'm so delighted that you are receiving the Father Drinan Award this year. Bravo, my friend.
My name is John Echohawk. I'm a citizen of the Pawnee Nation of Oklahoma. I'm a lawyer and executive director of the Native American Rights Fund. That's the National Indian Legal Defense Fund. I'm very pleased that Jerry Gardner is being honored with this Distinguished Service Award. I've known Jerry for over 40 years and worked with him and always found him to be very knowledgeable on these Indian law and policy issues. We started working together with the American Indian Lawyer Training Program 40 years ago. Then after that, with the National Indian Justice Center. After that, then the National Native American Tribal Court Judges Association. And for the last 25 years, while Jerry's been executive director of the Tribal Law and Policy Institute. Again, he's always been very helpful on these issues. He has really helped the tribes across this country in so many ways. So he has certainly earned this Distinguished Service Award. Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry, I wanted to add my voice to the chorus that is sending you congratulations on receiving the Drinan Award. Some describe your efforts on behalf of Native Americans as relentless. Others describe it as dogged. I describe it as committed. I want to thank you for your efforts to bring together past policy on Native American issues and your efforts to develop new policy when it is needed to assist tribal governments. Congratulations again. Thank you for your work in bringing civil rights and social justice to Native Americans.
Congratulations, Jerry, for being bestowed the honor of the Father Drinan Award. Your unwavering commitment to advancing social justice, civil liberties, and civil rights is beyond reproach. Thank you for all that you have done for the section and for advancing our society. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jerry, on winning the Father Drinan Award. I can't think of anyone else more deserving. The only thing I can think of that would be more appropriate is if it was also an award for the person who comes up with the worst puns. But we love you for it anyway.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Agrast, a past chair of the section. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to join in congratulating my friend and colleague, Jerry Gardner, on receiving the 2022 Robert F. Drinan Award. Jerry has been an indefatigable champion for the rights of Native Americans. He served as the head of the Tribal Law and Policy Institute for the past 25 years, and before that was a staff attorney for the National Indian Justice Center. Jerry also has played an important role in advancing Native American concerns within the ABA and the legal profession, both as a leader of the section and as a member of the ABA Tribal Courts Council. In addition, working to improve the lives of Native Americans, Jerry has helped to advance the section's vision of social justice for all people and to improve our profession as a whole. It is for that achievement, most of all, that the section honors him today. The word that comes to mind when I think of Jerry is intrepid. I think he'd agree with that description. When I wrote to congratulate him on receiving this award, he responded with his customary flourish, "Relentlessly yours." Those of us who knew Bob Drinan, and especially those of us who have been privileged to receive this award, know how happy he would have been to know that Jerry is joining the ranks of Drinan Award recipients. Congratulations, Jerry, and welcome to the club.
I want to offer great congratulations to our Father Drinan Award winner, Jerry Gardner. There are all kinds of reasons why this is the most appropriate selection, of which I am ecstatic and so proud. Even if it were nothing but his 4 decades of service on Capitol Hill and in academia and in community service, he would be somebody well entitled and deserving of this award. Aside from that, if it were his decades of work within the ABA for our section, for the Commission on Domestic and Sexual Violence, for so many other places within the ABA, that would make him really qualified for this award. But I want to point to 2 other things. Number one, Jerry, while passionate about his issues, is the most congenial person you will ever see. It's really hard to be mad at Jerry. It's hard not to really like Jerry. And when that's the case, it becomes harder and harder not to agree with Jerry. So that's an amazing attribute. And finally, as somebody who's been a delegate in the ABA House of Delegates for so long, Jerry is exactly the kind of committee leader and advocate that you look for and you pray for. He not only has great ideas at the start, but he follows through by giving you every bit of background you need, every bit of support that you need, every bit of research that you need, everything that you need to take a great idea, turn it into a professional product, and turn it into one of dozens of successful ABA resolutions that Jerry has been behind. For all of these reasons and so many more, congratulations, Jerry, on this well-deserved Father Drinan Award.
Hi, I'm Mary Smith, and I wanted to talk about Jerry Gardner. I first met Jerry through the section of Civil Rights and Social Responsibility, which was then called Individual Rights and Responsibilities, IR&R. And when I first met Jerry, I kept thinking, who is this guy that keeps giving me pens that light up? And then I started getting emails from Jerry, and they were always signed "Relentlessly Yours, Jerry." And then just a couple years ago, I came back from my lunch break in the ABA House of Delegates, and sitting at my place in front of my chair was this Freudian slip sticky notes. And I said to myself, oh my gosh, who would have left these at my chair? And it took me 1 minute, but I thought, out of all the 596 people in the House of Delegates. Who else would leave it there but Jerry Gardner? Well, over the years, Jerry has become a dear friend, and I realized that Jerry is relentless. He's relentless in pursuing civil rights and social justice for Indigenous peoples. And basically, for the last 20 years, there has been no resolution that impacts Native Americans that Jerry hasn't either spearheaded or been substantially involved in, from voting rights for Native Americans, for pushing for the tribal provisions in the Violence Against Women Act, to missing murdered Indigenous women, to funding for tribal courts. Jerry has done it all. And what a legacy. He has made an incredible impact. So to my dear friend, Jerry, congratulations on receiving the Father Drinan Award. I'm so happy for you, and it is so fitting that you are the first Native American to receive the award. Congratulations, Jerry.
Congratulations, Jerry, on winning the Father Drinan Award, a fitting recognition of your commitment to the section and to the section's mission. I personally want to thank you for the help that you gave me as I transitioned to become the House of Delegates representative for the National Native American Bar Association. You were generous with your time and insights, and I truly appreciate it. I also want to let you know something maybe you didn't know, that I actually knew and was friends with Father Drinan when I was a law student. I was his research assistant for several years. And I see in you a lot of the same things that I loved in Father Drinan. I see a dogged commitment to social justice, a strong moral core that drives your actions. And one of the things that I really appreciate about Father Drinan was his complete lack of pretension. Although he literally rubbed shoulders with the world's and the country's elites, he also showed a genuine interest in my law student views and ideas. And your down-to-earth demeanor, I think, similarly shows a lack of pretension that I really appreciate. So again, congratulations on this well-deserved award, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Congratulations, Jerry. We're so excited that you were selected as this year's award recipient. Well deserved.
Hey, Jerry. On behalf of the National American Indian Court Judges Association Board of Directors and staff, we send our heartfelt congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Congratulations, Jerry, on receiving the Father Drinan Award. You're one of the first people I met when I started attending ABA meetings, and I've been impressed with your energy, your mentorship of Native attorneys, your compassion and ability to educate others about Indian issues, and your ability to inject laughter in many situations. You have been an awesome leader of the Native American Concerns Committee, the section on Civil Rights and Social Justice, and the National Native American Bar Association. You encourage us all to be better and to work harder. Your commitment to strengthen and advance tribal sovereignty through your work is impressive, to say the least. Your efforts have been instrumental in the ABA's adoption of major policy issues affecting Native people, and it's been amazing to learn from you. I appreciate all you do for Indian country and your tireless advocacy on behalf of tribal communities. Congratulations, Jerry, very well deserved.
I am pleased to congratulate my good friend Jerry Gardner and my section of Civil Rights and Social Justice for rightly awarding him the Robert Drinan Award. I was very proud to recruit Jerry many years ago to our section and the ABA while I was serving as section chair. Jerry and I have been friends since college. We supported peace and justice then, but it was when we both went on to law school that our paths fighting for justice were set. We both started out working for civil legal services for the poor, and we both focused on serving our respective communities. The ABA has, in my professional life, supported the goal of diversity, but has remained elusive in the workplace as well as in the association, and to our section as well. Minority lawyers have been too few and too often find themselves stretched too thin. That is why one of my mentors, Abner Mikva, recruited me for this section during his chairmanship, and he had me try to find other minority lawyers. I had been an ABA member since serving on staff at the Legal Services Division, and had approached this section for support of Japanese American redress. But the need remains, both for representing all of our profession, but as Jerry has proven, having within our ranks people affected by and involved in civil rights struggles. So it was a priority for me also when I was chair. The only Native American lawyer that I knew at the ABA told me he was already overcommitted. So I turned to my college buddy, Jerry, who is a gay man as well as Native American. I didn't do so lightly. For public interest lawyers, both the time and the financial commitment wasn't an easy one if you wanted to have an impact at the ABA. But Jerry's commitment runs deep, shown in all of his professional work, and he has the professional patience necessary for the ABA and our section. Jerry's work with our section has opened the ABA to stand for Indigenous communities as it never has before. It has included seeking justice for victims of violence in tribal jurisdictions. And Jerry's commitment to our section has been consistent and impressive. Truly, bringing Jerry and people like him into the ABA and similar institutions has been among my most satisfying contributions. I am proud of Jerry, but for our section as well, for welcoming him and his message. Our paths, at different times, have taken us both from our homes in college in Illinois and to DC and to California. Both of us have partners named Lou that complete us in both spiritual and practical ways. We have hitchhiked to Big Sur, and our journey now continues at the ABA. Like Bob Drinan, Jerry's commitment to civil rights is intrinsic, coming from his deeply held human values. I can think of no one more deserving of this important recognition. Cheers, Jerry.
Jerry, congratulations on receiving the coveted Father Drinan Award. You are well deserving of this high honor. You have been, for me, an exemplar of what it means to be a human rights champion, who attends both to the universal, to the needs of the larger society, protecting the rights and liberties of all, and at the same time, as a champion of your own community, ensuring that its particular needs and special concerns are addressed as well. Keep up the good work. I look forward to working with you on council in the future.
This is Steve Wormeal, and I'm recording a message to congratulate Jerry Gardner on the well-deserved win of the Father Drinan Award. Jerry, I've learned so much from you over the years and enjoyed your company in the section so much. This is long overdue, but I have to add that I still don't know how to turn those pens on and off.
Hello, this is Troy Ide. I'm the president of the Navajo Nation Bar Association, which is the largest legal services organization in the United States that directly serves a Native American tribe. And I'm coming to you from our home in the foothills in Colorado, southwest of Denver, above the town of Morrison. I couldn't be happier than to congratulate my longtime friend and colleague, Jerry Gardner, for winning the very prestigious ABA Father Robert Drinan Award. And the award recognizes Jerry's incredibly resilient civil rights leadership over many years in tribal affairs and more generally in the cause of social justice. You know, I could say a lot of great things about Jerry. I would just tell you that I was privileged to meet him back when I was the United States Attorney for the District of Colorado under President George W. Bush, and then subsequently under President Obama, when I served as the chair of the Indian Law and Order Commission. ILOC, as we call it, was the commission created by the Tribal Law and Order Act to recommend ways to the Congress and the President for making Indian country safer and more just for all Americans. And we really started to work closely with Jerry and the Tribal Law and Policy Institute to try to develop specific recommendations for the President and Congress. And thanks to Jerry, we came up with a report, all 9 commissioners, Republicans and Democrats, unanimously endorsed. And that report then Jerry took to the American Bar Association, and the ABA endorsed it in its entirety. And the report set forth a number of recommendations to try to help people in Indian country and those who work with Native American and Alaska Native tribes. And some of the changes that have resulted from this, in 2013, we had the enactment of the Violence Against Women Act amendments, the recognition that tribes retain their inherent sovereignty to be able to prosecute non-Indian offenders in domestic violence cases. The very first step to repeal the infamous US Supreme Court case in Oliphant versus Suquamish tribe. And Jerry was front and center in that effort, and its extension to the state of Alaska in the following year, 2014. And since then, in trying to understand the impacts to tribes that have adopted this recognition that Congress has of their inherent sovereignty to be able to prosecute and make sure that non-Indians are brought to justice when they victimize Native women, and to try to expand that now through other legislation that's been proposed. And I can't tell you the impact that he's had. I mean, in terms of the substance, in terms of understanding and assessing the way these systems work, and also in trying to guide tribes that are looking for ways to build up, strengthen their capabilities to combat, these terrible kinds of crimes through changes in their own laws and through their own exercise of sovereignty, coming up with model codes and other ways. Jerry's been just instrumental in all of this. And so I would just tell you that it is such a privilege and a pleasure to get to work with Jerry Gardner, to learn from the man. I admire him greatly. I know we all do. And I just want to thank him and also thank the American Bar Association for its recognition of his efforts. I only get a snippet of what Jerry does because of what we work on together. But I am very well aware through the University of California, Los Angeles and other institutions that his reach goes into many, many other fields of endeavor. And I can just say that I greatly admire the leadership, Jerry, that you have extended to so many of us and the inspiration that you give us and the hope. So again, on behalf of the Navajo Nation Bar Association, all of our members throughout the United States and across Indian country, Jerry, congratulations and God bless, and thank you again for everything you do for all of us.
Hi, Jerry. Lauren Van Schilfgaarde here. Congratulations on the receipt of the Father Drinan Award. Truly, I can think of no one more deserving of this award. Personally, you are the 100% reason that I joined the ABA, that I bothered to get involved and shadow you, and that I continue to participate today. You exemplify leadership and really show the potential that the ABA has for Indian country, but also what Indian country can offer to the ABA. I am continually astounded by the extent of your service, and I would like to offer me and my family's sincere congratulations for your receipt. Come enjoy.
Congratulations, Jerry. I'm especially grateful for everything you've done for CRSJ and for the civil rights communities throughout all the countries in this land. I've certainly learned more about Indian nations and conflicts of laws from you and all those you mentored and inspired than I did when I lived in Oklahoma. You are a generous giver of wisdom on all civil rights matters coming before CRSJ, and you offer not just sage advice, but also great pens, ridiculous toys, and terrible puns. Father Drinan would definitely approve. Thank you for all your great work, your friendship, and for being the one and only Jerry Gardner.
Hello, Jerry. I'm sending warmest congratulations from me personally and from NAPABA, the National Asian Pacific American Bar Association. I think that you and I first met as members of the House of Delegates when you were representing NABA, the National Native American Bar Association, and I was NAPABA's delegate. I recall so clearly the spirit of teamwork and collaboration that you brought to our work in support of important policy resolutions. And I hope that you'll always be proud of the fact that you really moved the needle in making ABA policy more representative and inclusive from the work that you did to educate the House on matters of vital concern to Indian country. And so while we wish we could be with you in person, know that we're there with you in spirit, and that all your friends at NAPABA are sending you heartiest congratulations together with our deep appreciation and our admiration for all the great work that you've done and will continue to do. Thank you, Jerry.
Good evening. I'm Wilson Adams Schooley, former chair of the Civil Rights and Social Justice section, and I'm with you to celebrate Mr. Jerry Gardner. For years, I edited the section's Human Rights magazine, which always celebrated human rights heroes. And to me, in my mind, Jerry is a true human rights hero, an unsung and underappreciated hero who is a gentle, one of those rare creatures, a gentle member of the bar who is nonetheless fierce in his dedication and in his accomplishments. In spearheading the Native American Affairs Committee, he has taken that committee to heights that I think are unmatched and unparalleled in our section's history. And that is so much thanks to Jerry and his extraordinary drive and extraordinary sagacity. And then there are those pens that he always brings. Jerry brings, along with this fierce dedication, a light touch and a great sense of humor and a dear and gentle soul. I knew Father Drinan well, and I think Father Drinan would be very proud to have Jerry Gardner win this award and do so in his name. Congratulations, Jerry. We're proud of you.